Hello everyone, here we go again, Completionist Farm number 14. Diving further into a very busy summer. I wish these days were twice as long so I can feel like I can actually make some progress at some point. Today we have 3 radishes ready. Those are good for the community center and 1 more ancient fruit. This one I'm going to keep and probably turn into seeds for next year. They are very valuable, but I don't really need the money just yet. Next on my agenda for the day is checking my cave to see what the fruit bats have given me because I've forgotten to check in probably a week or so hopefully there's a few good things. Here's an apple, which is very helpful. Don't find those very often. Everything else not overly useful, will give me energy though. Next, I'm simply killing time until the store opens at 9 because I still want to buy some apple trees despite just finding 2 in the cave. So I'm going to chop wood because I also need wood for a barn. Barns, of course, house animals. Animals produce stuff that I will sell for profit. Speaking of trees, I should probably check my tapper down here. I haven't produced anything from it yet, and it has not produced anything since that point, but eventually it will give me something. One thing I haven't yet considered is where I'm going to put my apple tree, so I'm going to take a quick look and try and come up with some good area. Probably somewhere up here on the green space, because nothing else can grow there anyway, so I might as well utilize it. I'm going to go ahead and buy that apple tree right now. Checking the calendar, we do have a few birthdays coming up. I might actually make something of an effort to give these people some gifts. If I remember that is, I have a lot on my plate, so I might not. The luau is coming up too shortly. Obviously I want to be involved in that. 6 red slimes in the mine for 750 gold reward. I'm going to go ahead and accept that, of course. Nothing to lose, and I think I'm down at the point where I can see the red slimes, so that should actually be fairly easy. 1 apple sapling costs 4,000 gold. Luckily I have a lot thanks to my recent crops and whatever else earned me that money. I'm going to run on down and plant that right now. So what it tells me is only grows if the 8 surrounding tiles are empty. I'm not entirely sure what the rules are that apply to that, so I'm hoping I can just plant it somewhere like here and it will grow and produce eventually. If that is a bad spot for that tree, someone please let me know in the comments so I can adjust accordingly. Now I'm going to head to the mines, try and kill those slimes as quickly as I can because that's 750 easy gold, which means a lot to me at this point in the game. Also, you may have noticed I'm bringing a gold onion for my good buddy Linus. He should be around here somewhere, he never gets too far. Here he is, rummaging around by the lake. Okay, 1 PM, starting on floor 81. No red slimes yet. I am going to work my way down to floor 83, I believe is where the mushroom level is today, so that's just a double benefit for me. I will find slimes hopefully along the way, and even if I don't, I can pick some mushrooms that are very valuable. Mining all this ore just made me remember I should have been smelting using my multiple furnaces I have at my farm, but of course I forgot, so they are not being put into use right now. That is something on my to-do list. Floor 83, and here is the mushroom level. It is a fairly large level, so hopefully there are lots of mushrooms to be found here. That also translates into a fair bit of foraging experience, which never hurts because I do have to get that skill up to level 10 by the end of this playthrough. Not a lot of the purple mushrooms here, but there are quite a few of the red and lots of gold ore, so I'm not going to complain. We are now down to floor 84 and still haven't found a single red slime yet, so this is obviously going to be harder than I thought. I feel like I usually find them pretty much everywhere, but I guess I'm wrong. Floor 85 has gifted me with 2 red slimes. I will kill them and probably start at floor 81 again, because I want to do the mushroom level one more time today because it's just easy money. Okay, back to floor 81. Here is 1 red slime. This will be a total of 3. So I don't think I'm going to hit my 8 slimes today. I might continue tomorrow, and I might not bother. I want to get away from the mining for a bit to do other things if I can. Here is floor 83 one more time, which means more mushrooms, and there are 2 pink slimes here. I don't think they qualify as red slimes. I did already kill one already on this floor. I believe I'm halfway to my goal, and because it's 9 o'clock, I'm not going to make it today. Okay, it was only 6 red slimes, not 8, and turns out whatever I just killed was a red slime, so I just finished my quest. Now I simply talk to Lewis tomorrow, and he will be happy and give me 750 gold. Okay, 10 PM, so I'm just going to head back towards the farm. I'm probably going to cut down a few trees along the way because I need a few more pieces of wood before I can make my barn. Okay, back at the farm, 12 AM, so I'm going to call it a night, just making sure I did remember to water and pick everything. Looks like I got it all for once. I probably did actually make some good money today because of all the things I've sold, and I believe I get a new recipe today because it's Sunday. There is a new baked fish recipe, not going to bother to read that all. Anyways, let's see what kind of money we made. 2200 gold from the foraging, all in the mushrooms. and 1080 from mining, all in the rubies. I know a few people have asked why I sell the rubies instead of donating one to the museum. Well, I happen to find a lot of rubies, so I'll take the money now and donate one later. They're not hard to find. Anyways, let's see what we have to water and what we have to pick today. I can't find my watering can. So it looks like we have sunflowers ready. They are the poppies. Okay, so I will put those in the bin and hold on to them for now. Not sure what their use is going to be yet, but I will hold on to them until I figure it out. Kind of annoyingly, I got 1 gold, 1 silver, and 1 regular quality, so those 3 plants take up 3 separate spaces in my chest. I'm going to take a quick look, see if the fruit bats give me something every day or whether or not it's every few days. I would suspect yes, it's every few days, so I don't need to check every day. Today I think I'm going to do some fishing, need to catch up on my fishing skills and give some presents to people and do that sort of stuff, because tomorrow I'm probably going to spend the whole day mining because it's the mushroom level on a convenient floor. And it's always fun processing the geodes, you never know what you're going to find. Sometimes there's very valuable stuff, sometimes there's garbage. Also, you tend to find artifacts while you're doing it, and artifacts never hurt. I'm just going to fish here until 9-10 o'clock whenever Leah's house opens, and then I can give her a gift. And I just once again remembered I forgot to start my furnaces last night and this morning. I've really got to start smelting some gold and even iron because I need to upgrade tools still. It's 9:20, I just tried Leah's door. I cannot get in yet, so I might have to wait till 10 o'clock, or I might not be able to get in at all. We will see shortly. Catching lots of gold quality fish in the meantime, so I'm keeping busy. One of the fish I just caught is the sunfish. It is needed for the river fish bundle. I had no idea until I checked, so that works out. Leah's house now open, and it's the 4 heart event. So after viewing the 4 hearts event, you will be left with all these different choices. Basically the top 2 are the correct ones. They don't actually have an effect on the friendship, but they don't have a negative effect unlike the bottom 3. Anyways, now that that boring stuff is over with, she gets her salad. And that puts her all the way up to 5 hearts already, so I get the achievement for getting someone to 5 hearts. Now I'm gonna go buy some more bait because I'm running low and not really getting any bug meat from the mines anymore. I'm too far down. Then I'm gonna swing by the blacksmith to process those geodes. And while I'm at the beach, I am of course gonna do some foraging because in summer some different shells can wash up. Some of them are fairly useful or valuable. And I need to remember to talk to Lewis. I forgot already. I worked so hard to slay those slimes. So I've just bought another 100 bait, well worth the money, and now I'm going to sell all the fish I don't currently need along with the coral because I need room in my backpack. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do now is try and track down Lewis because I have no idea where he is at 12 PM on a Monday. Hopefully he's at his house right here. If not, it's going to be hard to track him down. Okay, while I'm thinking about where he might be, I'm going to go to the blacksmith and process geodes. So I have 3 frozen and 9 omni. They could potentially give me some pretty valuable stuff. Okay, so take a look. There's all the stuff that was out of the geodes. A few things can be donated, so I will do that now, and then I will go on a Lewis hunt. So that was 7 new donatable things, one of which I got on the beach from hoeing, and still no other useful rewards yet. So, time to go track down the mayor. He's probably with Marnie, if you know what I mean. I think the most logical place to start looking for Lewis would be the general store. I tend to see a lot of people there, and well, we'll check the saloon first because it's actually open right now. It doesn't appear to be here. So I really hope he is here, otherwise I don't know where to find him. He's definitely not at Pierre's, but Leah is here, so I should probably make some mental note of that she is here. Oh, there's Pierre, right there. Not looking suspicious at all. We'll see what he has to say. After a stimulating conversation, he gave me 750 gold, and I will see what the next quest is. An octopus. No idea where I'm gonna get an octopus, but I will try, Sam. Since I'm right here, I'm going to head to my farm to start my furnaces for once, finally, and put the stuff in the bin, and then I'm just going to spend the rest of the day fishing. I'm going to start by smelting the gold ore because it takes the longest, and I don't really need anything else right now. Iron will be shortly because I needed to upgrade some other tools. I'm now going to spend the rest of the day fishing in the ocean because I need an octopus. Octopus come from the ocean. Logically, I should be able to catch one here. Not entirely sure of that. It would make sense. Not sure if it's a day fish or a night fish or whatever. I have also just caught a tuna, which is another fish I need for the ocean fish bundle, so that's awesome. I didn't even realize I could catch those during summer. I clearly need to pay more attention to the fish. I have just caught another super cucumber, so that's pretty awesome. I now have 2 of those, one of which I'm probably going to use at the luau. This other one, I'm not sure, I might just sell it. They are pretty valuable. Until I decide, it's going to sit in one of my chests. And since it's now 10:30, I'm going to head to the community center to donate the few fish I can, and then head back to the farm and do my usual nightly chores. So here is the tuna and the sunfish. My 3 gold bars are done, so in go another 3 for the night. They'll be ready by morning, just like that. And I should have made some pretty decent money today. Fishing is all the way up to level 8 already. I didn't realize it was so high, so that's pretty awesome. The fish just get easier and easier to catch. I did still have trouble with the super cucumber. 2280 gold for the day, mostly in fish. There's a simple breakdown. Today is pretty much simply going to be mushroom day in the mines. It should be on floor 81, which is very quickly and easily accessible, so I'm very quickly going to water everything I can while harvesting my flowers that are done. And just real quickly, going to harvest the hot peppers as well. Throw everything in the bins and then it's straight to the mines. I will take time to stop on the way and give Linus a onion, just because I can. Nope, I lied. Linus wasn't conveniently on my way. He's way up there in a weird spot, so he's gonna have to wait till tomorrow. Okay, so 7:40. We'll see if floor 81 has the mushrooms. And indeed it does. And a lot of gold ore. My priority is on mushrooms though, so I'm gonna ignore pretty much everything else unless there's maybe a diamond or rubies. Just after 3 PM and I've already collected well over 100 mushrooms, so it's going to be a good money day, especially if the floors turn out like this. The more those purple mushrooms you get, the more money you get. They are really valuable. And I just remembered the minecarts are working again, so I don't have to be walking everywhere like I am. I tend to forget everything I've done in the few short days in between videos these days. It is now 12:30 AM, just like that. I'm going to be smart this time and take the minecarts home. I've collected over 300 mushrooms approximately by my guesstimation, so that should be worth a whole bunch of money. We'll throw those in the bin and see what we get. But before I go to bed, I will of course throw some more gold in my furnace. Alright, so let's see what all those very valuable mushrooms are worth. Plus the diamond. Foraging is leveled up obviously. I picked a whole bunch of mushrooms, which means a whole bunch of experience. I can now make winter seeds, the mountain warp totem, blah blah blah. Mining also leveled up somehow, which is odd. I didn't really break many things, but I can now make bombs, which is awesome because that makes mining that much easier. The mushrooms are worth 42,839 gold. There's the breakdown. Like I said, the purple mushrooms are worth a lot of money. Total for the day, 43,989. So this money's going to give me the ability to do some other cool things now and really get rolling on some of the community center stuff. And obviously that's going to be it for this episode. Hope you liked it. Thanks for watching.